For pretty much the entire season, there have been two prospects fighting for the top pick in the 2015 NBA Draft, Duke's Jahlil Okafor and Kentucky's Karl-Anthony Towns. Okafor, with an incredibly advanced low-post game that the draft hasn't seen in quite some time, was a front-runner for much of the season, but Towns' superior defensive ability and late-season push, spurred on by a larger involvement in the Kentucky Wildcats' half-court offense, has vaulted him to the top of a number of teams' draft boards. Who ends up going number 1 might be determined by how May 19th's lottery shakes out. The weakest position in the draft might be the point guard position. While the draft features 2 point guards who are likely top 5 picks in Emmanuel Mudiay and D'Angelo Russell, the talent thins out after that, especially with the announcement that Chris Dunn will be returning to Providence. While Jerian Grant, Tyus Jones, Cameron Payne, and DeLon Wright are all potential first-round picks, they all come with various questions about their game. It would have been interesting to see what another season at Texas would have done for Myles Turner's game. A great rebounder and shot blocker, Turner fell in love with the jump shot during his 1 year at Texas, and he struggled with consistency in a big way down the stretch. Another guy who may have benefited from returning to school next year is Kentucky's Dakari Johnson. Playing behind so much frontcourt talent at Kentucky the past 2 years, Johnson hasn't played more than 16 minutes per night in either of his 2 seasons. A late first or early second round pick, Johnson may have been able to cement his status as a first round pick with a bigger role at Kentucky next season. Speaking of Kentucky players, whether or not the Harrison twins get drafted is a popular topic of conversation around the league. After his freshman season at Kentucky, Aaron Harrison was looked at as a potential role player down the line, with his size and shooting ability making it easy to see him fit into an NBA offense at the next level. But after shooting 31% from three-point range during his sophomore season, there's a real chance Aaron Harrison doesn't get drafted. His brother Andrew might have a better chance. While Andrew Harrison saw his scoring average drop to single digits this season, he improved his shooting from the perimeter, while also playing a better floor game and limiting his turnovers. A lot of buzz around the league has been centered around Cameron Payne, a high-scoring point guard out of Murray State, and Darrell Martin, an athletic big man from LSU, both of whom are rising up draft boards. Payne's offensive game is largely based around his excellent pick-and-roll play. Martin is a fluid, athletic power forward with an advanced offensive game, who uses his quickness and athleticism to take his man off the dribble. Martin can translate well to the NBA game, especially if he's able to make his jump shot a more consistent part of his offensive arsenal.